Hi, my name is Kylie Phoenix and I'm from Human Happiness, and I'm here to talk to you about the outline of the new online Ho'oponopono course that's coming up in November of 2021. I am developing this as an online course. We are setting it up as face-to-face from 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. both days, but as I progress through teaching the courses, more and more of it will be videos that you can watch in your leisure leading up to the course. I don't think the final version of the course will be entirely online. I think there, as in personal self-learning, I think there will still be a bit of face-to-face sort of on Zoom to actually get the final version. Still in the deciding about that bit. So the course itself has 6 modules. Okay, the very first part of the course is actually getting you ready for the actual fact that you're going to start doing some Ho'oponopono, okay, preparing you for it, enabling you to understand the background and the benefits, preparing yourself, so protecting, prepare and pacing yourself is really important. Deciphering your soul's plan, so working out how all of that works. And also teaching you how to safely release your emotions. This is really important as you embark on a course like this that is all about releasing your programs, your soul's programs, not really your soul's programs, your subconscious programs that have been there since childhood and possibly since past lives as well. What happens obviously when you're processing this stuff, some emotions can come up obviously when you're doing this sort of healing work. So it's really important to make sure that you can ground yourself, protect yourself, shield yourself, and actually safely release these emotions so you don't sort of end up going a bit bananas either at yourself or at your loved ones around you when you're going through this process. So that's module 1. It's just pretty much just preparing you, making you aware of what you're about to do. Module 2 is all about data collection. Now there's lots and lots of ways to collect this data. Okay, I've been using many techniques through all the healing therapy that I've been doing with people over the last 7 years. With me, when I'm face-to-face, there's a lot of questions and answers, and I actually model this during the course. So we actually get volunteers to people who are happy to do it to actually spend 45 minutes. One person spends 45 minutes doing a question and answer with me, almost like we're in a healing therapy session. So people can see sort of how I ask the questions, and we can also decipher the programs out of that interaction. So we do a few of those to get people to understand how that works. But there's lots and lots of other ways. Before the course, you fill out a comprehensive health form, which allows us to do the body-mind analysis sheet, which you get a list of all of the body-mind connections in your course booklet, so you can actually use those to actually decipher things as well. We also look at addictions, we look at cravings, we look at habits, problematic behaviours, and all of that. They're actually all code to tell me or to tell yourself what that person's programs are. Okay, the programs are the things that we're moving out of the way. The program might be something, for example, I'm stupid might be one of your programs. A lot of people have that program. If you find it embarrassing when someone does something stupid, or if you fear being called stupid, then it's going to be one of your programs. So that's just an example, for instance, so you know what program means. It may even be mantras, and you might think, what's a mantra? You know, isn't that something about meditation? A mantra is something that you say all the time, okay? And it may be something you don't even realise that you're saying all the time, but it is actually something that comes up. And your opinions, beliefs, it might come from your parents, might come from your upbringing or where you live, the culture of where you live can actually affect your programming, okay? So your subconscious programming, which is actually creating your issues and ailments that you have at the moment. Your interpretation of things as well. And the really big addition that I've spoken about before, but this is really exciting, is questionnaires that I set up that you fill out prior to attending the course, and they're tailored specifically to each set of ailments and issues, okay, that you may be experiencing. We're doing this particular course on the 6th and 7th. We're putting a bit of a focus on weight loss and female issues, so gynecological problems, everything from PMS, premenopause, perimenopause, through to endometriosis and all sorts of things like that. So the questionnaires that I will be sending out will actually be focused on all of those things, plus the generic basic questionnaire, which is actually quite comprehensive in itself. Those questionnaires decipher your specific programs. programs, okay? And I actually give you a printout of all of the programs that they match up with out the other end, which is really exciting. So it does a lot of the hard work for you, okay? And I am very excited to share this with the first group ever. I have shared it with a pilot group, and they've found it really really useful and really easy to deal with. So that's really good. Module 3, okay? Now we're deciphering these programs. That's probably one of the most important parts, is you get all this information together that you've gathered, and then you decipher the essential list of what this person is thinking in their subconscious, okay? What's their subconscious self-chatter that they probably can't hear themselves. Okay, most of the time you can't hear yourself chatter until you actually become aware of it, until you hear from somebody else. I definitely needed somebody else to tell me what my self-chatter was. Couldn't see it. So you do generally need somebody else to show you. I'm going to teach you how you can actually find it out for yourself. Okay, because human happiness is all about teaching you how to self-heal, okay, how to be self-reliant, how to actually do all of this work yourself. So you don't have to keep coming back to me to get more healing, etc. That you can actually do this on your own. Of course, you can come back to me, but it's enabling you to actually get what you need and move on with what you need to do with it. Okay, then module 4, we actually start to prepare for the Ho'oponopono. So there's a few techniques that you can use in preparation for actually getting ready to do the actual session of Ho'oponopono. And then we go into module 5, which is actually the process of Ho'oponopono. And again, in this section, I give a few, I use volunteers. And I actually focus on a volunteer and actually send Ho'oponopono to that person on a live feed. Okay, so everybody else witnesses it, and I actually tune into them using Reiki. You don't have to have Reiki to do this, but I use Reiki to tune into them from a distance, and then do the Ho'oponopono live. So you see me actually go through this entire process at least a few times, so you can actually see the process and get feedback on how to deliver a session of Ho'oponopono. You can do Ho'oponopono just on yourself. You don't have to actually send it physically to somebody, and you don't actually need conscious permission from that person. You can actually ask them. You can ask their subconscious if they would like to receive it, and then you can store it if they don't want to receive it at this point in time. So it's very flexible, it's very doable. You don't have to have any special qualifications, you don't have to be psychic, you don't have to have any particular skills, you don't have to get an A+ on deciphering programs or anything to be able to do this. Any human who has it in the intention and is able to come from a place of love, there's a lot of work obviously on that in the preparation stage to actually be able to come from a place of love. That you can use to actually achieve this. So it is achievable by any human being. Okay. Module 6 is the assessing, the reporting, the outcomes and the progress, and also obviously having that responsibility around that as well. So making sure that you're reporting what you're able to report or what you think is acceptable for that particular client, friend, or whatever it is, whoever it is that you've chosen to work on. So yeah, the course, yeah, at the moment it is 10 AM to 4:30 PM both days. There probably at this stage will be some downtime where you can watch a video on your own, or even pre-watch videos as well. So we may be able to shorten that time, but at this stage, with the unknown about lockdowns, etc., I don't know if I'm going to be able to get everything on video prior to that. So I'm keeping it open that we may need the 10 AM to 4:30 PM time slot. So yeah, of course, you can reply message me on the YouTube, or you can actually go to humanhappiness.com.au, send me a message, contact me if you want to find out more about it. Okay, yeah, I hope to see you there. It is all on Zoom, so you don't need to be present, I'll talk to you sometime soon. Thank you.